All right, ladies, welcome to Evolve Wellness Team Call. What date we got? April 17th. I'm excited to chat with you. See if anybody else jumps on, but for now we will get started because that timer is ticking. What I'm going to do is I'm going to blast through some of the stuff that I've been thinking about and talking about with other people and different people, and then at the end I sort of wanted to make it like an open book if you guys had any questions with where you're at or where we're headed. So I did want to welcome the new faces that we're hoping to jump on here, which was Caitlin, Aaron's sister, and Martha, which is Brittany's sister-in-law, I think. They haven't jumped on just yet, but I am recording this, so hopefully I'll load it up to the page tonight and they'll be able to watch it at that point. So first, I wanted to mention to them to make sure they go into the Boomerang page under the cover photo for the team training that's in there. It's password locked. It's golden. If you guys haven't done it, oh, there's Martha there. Awesome. If you guys haven't done that cover photo, hey, Martha, thanks for joining us, girl. I'm just getting started. I will be recording this. You can catch the beginning after, but in the Boomerang page, under the cover photo is the team training. It's an awesome training. If you've even been coaching for a little while and you feel a bit stagnant, go back to it. Do the first lessons. Do a bunch of the lessons. It really is a great thing, and it's password protected, so only us and our teams can use it. So it is super important, and it's a great resource to be able to get you started on your journey as well as reignite where you're at. I wanted to mention that I am proud of every single one of you, those of you that have gone through an 80-day journey, no matter how it went, and those of us that have completed it. Beyond proud, you guys. This was not easy. I know for myself, it wasn't perfect, but I really challenged myself and I got great results, as well as the killer results that have come from all of you guys. It's just mind-blowing, and I'm so freaking proud. I am definitely planning to challenge myself again with another round at another point in time, but I have some goals that I need to complete this summer with some runs and stuff. So I'm going to put it on the back burner for now, but I know the ones of you that are doing a second round, you're going to massively change your bodies and get incredible results. So super proud there. I do want to say that whether you completed the 80 days or not, share these results. People are always watching. So you can go into my photos, you can save my photos. You can ask to borrow Carol's photos. You can use Brittany's photos. If you don't have your own photos to share, if you're part of the coach group that I was a part of, get in there tonight or the next day and save a bunch of the photos, especially on the posts where it says, like if you see a post that says, I want to share, or can somebody share their results with me so that I can share on my page. Those people are already giving permission. So get in there and save some of those results so that you have pictures to be able to share even at a different time or when people are asking you about that specific program. I am planning to share my results from this program for multiple times this week. I kind of shared them on Sunday, and I shared them again on Tuesday, and I'm going to share them again on Friday, because you're catching different audiences at different amounts of time. Same with, you can give a shout out to me if you wanted and use my photos and share my results from that 80-day program. As well, you could even take the photos that I shared today of me at the beginning as well as me where I am right now. And of course, make sure you're putting a tag or a shout out to whoever you're sharing, but talk about the different programs that I use to get the results of where I'm at today. Because I did complete multiple programs. If you want to know which specific programs, I can easily go through them, but that is why this is such a versatile lifestyle and not just a specific program-based lifestyle. And being able to make that clear to your audience, especially those of you doing another set of 80-day obsession, will really, really help, because then they'll see like, whoa, I can't do what she did. She's crazy, right? No, actually, you can start at 215 pounds or 300 pounds or wherever you're at. Just start, right? And you can share that side of it so people don't just look at it and go like, whoa, 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 I can't do that. I'm just going to throw y'all on mute. That didn't work because I muted myself too. You can tell. I'll just do it this way. Okay. So that leads into my next point, which is, have you told your audiences what you're doing next? A lot of them are going to be like, where is she? Has she fallen off? Is she going to keep going? Was this just an 80-day journey, or is this somewhere that they're going to another place with? This is a prime, even if you're restarting April 23rd, this is prime time to be able to talk about the versatility of the workouts. Brittany's been doing a great job of posting about her different workouts on her Instagram stories, which is perfect. It shows the Netflix. You can actually take your phone and record you going through and picking a different workout from a different place, just so that they can see. And you know what? If you do a little video and you're screwing up the moves and you say, challenges make me stronger, then they feel like you're human and you're not just this person who rocked this 80-day journey, right? So do tell them what you're up to. People aren't sure. So be very clear in the posts, in the writing, in the pictures of what you're going to do next or where you're at now. Saying that, with the have you invited publicly and privately? Go back to those people that you were talking to before. Go back to those people on your post. This is a big one, right? If you have a post about your journey or your transformation photos or my transformation photos, you want to go back 2 days later and look at all of the likes and loves that are made, all of the comments that are underneath. Write down those names. Make sure on your comments that you're going back and saying a heartfelt thank you. Not just a thanks, but like a thank you. I appreciate the love. Put a few more sentences on it, okay? Also, write those names down so that in 2 or 3 days, you can go and send them an online message that says, I really appreciate the support on your post. Putting up a transformation photo like that is so difficult, and having that love really goes a long way. Have you thought about doing a health and wellness journey? Have you thought, or where are you in your health and wellness? Something like that, and start a conversation. Many times I've had people say to me, thank you for reaching out. Don't allow your judgments of what they need or don't need to stop you from reaching out to them, because there's times where you're like, oh, they would never want to do that, when really they're just lost and they don't know what they would be saying yes to. So getting into their inbox and not allowing them to do their own research helps strengthen that relationship and see that you're a real person. I always offer the discount option, especially with the 80-day obsession. I still offer it otherwise, because what's the harm in it? They just say no to it and they sign up as a regular challenger. So say to them, if you plan to continue with Shakeology, it's good to get signed up for the discount. That as well, with you guys that are on here right now, will help build your emerald stronger, which is awesome. So every time you do a discount coach, it's going to help build that emerald. Next week, I'm going to do another team call probably this same time. And we're going to talk a bit more about strengthening your rank and how to hold rank, because I have to do my own research on it, and then I'm going to pass that information forward. But I don't want to go there today. So my sort of how I've been going these days is that I start a conversation, I find out their goals, I get them to set up a free account, especially if they're offering prices or asking about prices. I say, do this free account. Then I'll send them the Shakeology video so that they learn exactly what the education behind Shakeology. And I can put these videos under this video once I put up the recording. Then I send them the challenge pack link so that they can see the price as well as what is included in it. With that challenge pack link, I also send the challenge pack video that is new to me. I'm sort of learning over this last week. If I send the challenge pack video first, then they turn around and give me a price objection right away. Where if you send the challenge pack link first, then they see what they're saving through that link, instead of just seeing the $160 US. So if you guys haven't seen that video, again, I'll post that below. But I'm learning by the amount of objections that I've gotten in the last week, because holy Toledo, you guys, I have gotten some objections. And so I'm learning that maybe that's because I tweaked how I did things and it's not working so well. So that's fine. That just makes me hustle harder, because I got some big goals this month. And I don't want to drag anybody along. And I told the girl actually, that I started to tell Erin a bit about this story, and I wanted to share it with you guys. I had a girl recently that we talked about that I had just added. We were talking back and forth, and she left me with, I've taken the night to think about it. I really need some more time to research it, and I'll get back to you. I could have just said, not a problem, girl. Let me know when you're ready or something like that and let it go. But something in my heart made me feel like I needed to just tell her a little bit more. And so what I said to her was, just be careful. I understand thinking about it. I'm perfectly fine with that. Always relate back to what they've said to you, right? And then I said to her, just be careful with the research that you do. There's a lot of people who don't get the support on this journey, who sit behind a keyboard and have really nasty things to say, such as Shakeology or just Beachbody coaching in general. I actually talked to another girl today who said that her coach has quit the whole thing and that I had to pay this weird discount fee. And like, she was pissed because her coach never explained that even with the $18 coach fee, you were still saving over $25 a month, right? So being that new source of information and being a real person helps. So I mentioned to this girl, just be careful what you're doing. Know that, like, I'm a real person that's gotten real results. And I actually sent her a couple of my results privately and said, look, like, I'm normal. I'm just like you. I know that you're up north in Ontario and blah, 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 blah. Anyways, turns out she has MS, and I had no idea when I was talking to her, and I was a bit nervous about Shakeology, and so I always say to her, make sure you take this to your doctor. I have a letter you can take with you. And she turned around and said, I've already talked to my doctor about Shakeology, and he says, go for it. It's an amazing product, and you should be drinking it. And so she is so excited to get started. She said to me, thank you for the ad. I am so grateful and happy that you added me on Facebook. And I was like, I really, if I think about it, I don't even know where I added her from. Because I randomly add to my network from all over the place, right? So how amazing is that? If I would have just let that go, I would not have been able to help her get healthy for her son, right? Because that's a big part of it, is she had a really big why. And so that was super important to me, because anybody who has a really big why really wants to be in this for the right reasons. So I think that was it about her. So the last thing I wanted to just touch on really quickly was make sure your posts have some strong wording in them. Make sure they're clear, not too long. Start them with, right now, especially you girls that are pushing for your April 23rd group, which is amazing. Get those posts out there a few times a week that say last chance, limited time, one more spot available. Even if you have more than one spot, say now's the time. Make it grab their attention. What are you offering? Where is this going? And then you can be a bit vague in what you're saying just to get them into their inbox. After you make those posts, do the work behind it. Go back to them a day or two later. Look at the likes, look at the comments, look at the views if you can look at it. Write those names down and contact them. Most of the time they sit back fearful of what you're offering because they're not exactly sure and they don't want to have that conversation. So just put it out there, share your journey and put it out there and say thank you to the people that are commenting. Also, if you don't feel like you have something to publicly invite to with strong wording like that, you can invite to something like a program and fit for everyone. That's a story grabber, or that grabs people's attention. Like, well, I'm everyone, you know what I mean? Or things like, if not now, then when? Or if it wasn't for, and then tell your story. Did you know so and so and so? Let me tell you a story. I did that today with my transformation photo. I put that old photo up with a new video, and you know what? It grabbed a ton of attention because so many people are watching me now 2 years in and thinking I can't do what she did. And I need to remind people that I was once in their shoes, and that's who I'm talking to. I'm talking to the person that started on day one. And that's who you need to be talking to. You need to have a conversation on your Facebook or Instagram with the person who first started. And why did you first start? I'm sure that makes sense. So, hey Britt, welcome. Thanks for joining. I did say I've got the recording going. I am planning on sharing it onto the team page. So everything that you missed at the beginning that I flew through, you'll be able to go back and review. Now what we're going to do is open the floor. I'm going to unmute you guys. If you have any questions at all, I'm an open book. I would love to answer them.
Okay. I had a question I was thinking when I was putting Autumn down. Hold on a second. Okay, anyone else ask questions? I'll think about mine in just a second. What was my question? I had one question. Just go ahead. Anyone that else has questions, go ahead, and I'll think about mine.
Sandy.
Oh.
Hi, Carol.
Hi. For me, I'm having a bit of issues getting a couple of people to commit to this 80 days. I don't have anybody signed up for it, and it really is a huge deterrent because I felt like I really tried to put it out there and to show progress and to show that it really, really works. And I have these 3 girls that are just on the verge, and I just don't know what more I can do other than I don't want to push them away. I don't want to scare them for future. But I really want them to sign up, obviously, for this 80 days. And I am just struggling. I felt like defeated yesterday. And then I sent out a few messages today and just like nothing, like dead silence. And it's like, you have this big long conversation. And I really tried, Sandy, to not do my verbal diarrhea. I went back and I reviewed our conversation. I'm like, hey, that's awesome. Like, I felt like I really learned from our past conversations, and I really tried to implement that. Now I don't know how to go forward within the next 2 days. Like, okay. I feel the pressure is good.
Yeah.
I like that. Work better under pressure, but I'm really lost right now.
Yeah, for sure. So a couple of things. Know that it's very normal to feel frustrated and like, oh my gosh, I'm putting this effort out there. That's totally normal. It's that entrepreneurial roller coaster. That's why things like personal development are so super important, okay? Know that no matter what, even if they're a no right now, it's just a not right now. The other thing is, can you think off the top of your head, what is their specific objection?
You know what? They really don't have a specific objection. The one girl's like, yes, I want to do it, but I don't want the Shakeology. So I offered her the performance one with the Energizer and the recovery with the 80 days, and I showed her that. And nothing, no response. And I messaged her back and just said, hey, just try to be relatable.
So, Carol,
or anything, but
had you sent her the information video on Shakeology at all, or was it just you talking about it?
Just me talking about it. We work in the same office, so I've got 2 other people who have the Shakeology, who are there every day drinking it, and they like showcase it too, right? So
sure.
And I sent them the link, but I did not give her the link because she was pretty adamant, like she does not want to do it.
Yeah.
The Shakeology.
Yeah, and right? You know what? Sometimes,
right? So
like, there's a couple of things you can do with that. One thing I'll do is, if you really don't want the Shakeology, you save the most amount of money buying the challenge pack. With that, you also get the long-term support of my free coaching and my free group being the Positivity Project. This group, this 80-day obsession, is a short-term group, which we will continue into the Positivity Project after the fact. So even if you don't want to try Shakeology, you can still you can sell it on an online market after the fact. But really what you could go back to her with was save the money through the pack. There is a bottom of the bag guarantee. I would love to see you try it for 2 weeks and you can send it back. Most of the time it doesn't get sent back, because if they try it, they will feel the difference in the product. Of course, making sure you're talking about it being a nutrient dense supplement and not a weight loss shake helps as well. The other thing is, maybe you could make, if she's open to it, it's tough, you could make her a shake and bring it to her. Or if, you could go as far as, and you know what, if you can't get the Shakeology through her and you just don't want to lose her, then you could sign her up with like I just talked with a fellow coach about it. You can sign her up with the 80-day, like the $99 bod and the accessory pack, and she's gonna only be paying $60 for a bag of Shaco. So she's getting it at like a quarter of price. So if you break it down for her that way to be able to try it out, maybe you can flip it. The other thing is, over the next couple of days, share some more results. Share my results, share Brittany's results, share some of them from the coach page, and just flood your page with 80-day obsession information, because you're going to catch new people at different times. As well, like that will help bring attention to it. And then put those story grabbers on it. Last chance, limited availability, but don't flood it with all the information. Just like I know how she felt at the beginning, and I now know how I feel, that type of thing, to just make it clear and concise, and, tell them to message you, and that would really help that way. Hey, Caitlin, welcome. I love all these faces. You guys make me so excited.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, hopefully that'll help. And know that it is, like, of course, if you're pushing for a specific goal, such as being in that group with Brittany and having an 80-day obsession group, it always feels a little bit tough when you.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I have just a suggestion. This is just a suggestion, but you could always invite, like, the group is up and running right now, so I can invite you into it, and maybe invite her into it and kind of show her that it's like a real thing. I've already got the files for like the meal plans and stuff uploaded in the file section, and I have like the book that I'm suggesting that we read, which is Girl Wash Your Face. It's not a mandatory, but it's just a suggestion, but just so. And then I'm going to be going live in there too tomorrow, just to go through all the program materials and all of that, answer anybody's questions, and so that might kind of show her that, like, it's, like a real thing. That's just a suggestion if you think that might, because if she's not doing it.
Yeah. That's a great suggestion. And Carol, the other point is, if you feel like the 80 days has got them intimidated, then back off the 80 days and just talk about starting with a Little Obsessed or 21 Day Fit, or all the other programs that are available to them, and just get them into the Positivity Project. I know that you really have the goal for 80-day obsession, but again, you don't want to scare them away with being intimidated by that program.
Yeah, and that's okay if she does a Little Obsessed too. Like, I'm opening it up to either 80-day obsession or a Little Obsessed, like whatever they choose. So
okay, that's really good to know. Thank you. That will.
And I'll invite you into the group as well. Are you doing 80-day obsession again?
You know what? I don't know.
Okay. No, that's okay.
No, like.
Yeah. Well, I'll invite you into the group, and then that way.
Yeah.
It's up to you.
I think honestly, I'm going to do probably a Little Obsessed, because it's my schedule is like maxed out, and but yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Because I just love it. So
and Carol, you can easily back up and do like 21 Day Fix or something like that, and take progress photos before and after, and you'd get some kick-ass results from 21 Day Fix too. So yeah, no matter how you go about it. But yeah, like the Positivity Project is open to all of you guys that sit on this call right now, and you can invite to that, and you can be put in there and bring people into it at any point in time. So do remember that. Any more questions, guys? Caitlin, I know that you just joined, and I'm super excited. I am recording this, so it will be up on the Evolve Team page after, so you can catch the beginning of it, which will be super sweet. I just talked in there about the Boomerang Coach's Handbook, which is in the cover photo of the Boomerang page, and that even if you've been coaching a long time, or if you're just starting, the worksheets or the workbooks that are in there are golden to just get you started and going through. But Brittany,
Sandy said that it was password protected.
Yeah, it is, but the password's in the description.
Okay.
Yeah, it's password protected so that other coaches can't have access to it, because Marie puts her heart and soul, and they are good frickin' trainings, you guys. Like, you look at some of the other uplines trainings, and they're complex and they're difficult. She's really broken it down, and this isn't the first one she's done, which is awesome. And we, of course, have that access to our coaches that we onboard as well, which is great. Any other questions while you guys got me?
I still forget mine.
You still forget.
I'll ask you
Okay.
on Saturday.
I need to take a picture because this really like warms my heart and I get really excited to see all you guys. So if you got to fix your hair or get your face right.
I'll make sure my hair looks really good. Okay?
I sweated all my makeup off and then I had to go wash my face.
I just finished plucking the shit out of my eyebrows, so.
Well, you can't tell. Can you see my red neck? It's like super red. I'm like warm and flushed because these team calls are still, you know, they're exciting and I get all like flushed and like, 'cause it's so and you know what? It's quite funny because everybody is in Mexico right now. A lot of the coaches, if you guys haven't seen some of the feeds, I actually qualified for that trip last year. And so watching them go on that trip and not be there and then that snowstorm yesterday, I was like, oh my God. But it just pushes me to work this business just that much harder because while they're out having fun, I'm here like grinding away, working our business, advancing, doing fun things, connecting with new people, which has been so awesome. That was the one thing that I didn't mention that I'll mention real quick. I kind of said like how I add to my network. That's what I was looking for, is add to my network. And that's one thing I didn't do from the beginning. And that put me sort of on the back burner. I just played with my warm market because I had a larger warm market because I had been a nurse for 10 years and what have you. But adding to your network is super important. And one of the easiest way is while you're scrolling. So if you're, A, you can do it from your own posts, but B, if you see somebody else's post about something you connect with them, look underneath at the comments that are happening, especially if somebody even gets a haircut or they do a new makeup trend or they do their nails. And if you're somebody who connects with that, then comment on that person's comment and add them as a friend on Facebook. Because if they see your name saying something like, oh my God, I totally agree, I love peanut butter ice cream, and you add them as a friend, they're more likely to add you back. And just adding to your network from different places like that will really be instrumental because then as you start to share your journey more, they're watching. And if you've made a comment on their comment, your posts will come up on their screen, more frequently. So it is super important to be adding to your network that way. So that's one of the ways I do it. That's my main way these days, to be completely honest. If anybody, like I was this one girl in BC that's losing weight through Weight Watchers, and like she'll put up a transformation photo and all these people underneath will be like, good job, good job, good job. And I'm like, you guys are so supportive. Add as a friend. You guys are amazing. Add as a friend, because I know how difficult something like Weight Watchers can be. And I know how difficult that people struggle with diets. And so I use that to my benefit so they can see that like I haven't lost weight as a diet and so on and so forth. So just make sure that you're doing that. The other thing is if you have questions about objections or conversations you're having or anything like that, please screenshot and message me at any time. I have been practicing and honing these conversations for a really long time. And you bet it was difficult and still is difficult at times. So make sure if you're having conversations and you're like, I don't know what to say to that, don't respond. Hit me up or hit your coaches up and have a conversation with them first. Take a deep breath and then respond, because it's not a no to you as a person. It's a no to where they are in their life right now. Okay, so just remember that it's not, a personal effect. Just like if you're out for dinner and somebody asks you for dessert, that waitress doesn't take it offensive when you say no to dessert, right? It's the same thing. I'm a product of the product. If they don't want what I'm serving, I'm okay with that, because I'm not dragging people along. I'm here to inspire and uplift and be a part of an incredible positive tribe, because I know how much it's changed my life. And more these days, I'm reminded of that. Like the fact that I've moved to this acreage, the job that I've gotten, the coworkers that I'm surrounded with, the relationships that I'm building, this is incredible. And it's just the universe rewarding me for the work that I put into me. And I can go along and tell people that confidently because I know how it's changed my life. And so it's amazing to see these women on here now that obviously are attracted to the same thing, because our vibe attracts our tribe, right? So always important to remember that when you're having conversations. Just as I lose Martha, I'm about to take the picture.
Martha, get back here!
Martha.
There she is. Okay. Everybody smile nice.
Can I take one too? Can I take
How
one
do
too?
I take one? I can't even see all you guys.
If it's on your
Scroll
phone.
sideways.
Oh.
That's why it's on my computer. Yeah, and I take the picture with my phone.
Okay.
Okay, you guys ready?
Why don't you?
Okay, smile. Oh my God, it's so good. Love it.
Yay!
And I actually take that on my Instagram stories and then I save it to my phone as my internet goes unstable because I'm on my Instagram stories. And I save it to my phone so that it will fit on my Instagram stories because it's a little tricky that way. So I take a lot of my photos nowadays on my stories and then save them to my phone so that they fit in the screen, if that makes sense.
Yeah, Word Swag, like the app, which is only $6. You pay a one-time payment of $6. Has the Instagram crop, Facebook crop.
Yeah, that's awesome. Because I use InstaSize to fix those photos up, but it's always nice to have something like that if you're paying for an app that it has more abilities. So WordSwag.
Yeah, and it has like nice text, nice background.
Yeah.
What app was that, Britt?
It's called Word Swag.
Word Swag.
Yeah, and it's like $6 for the app, and it's just a one-time fee.
Okay.
So you can like write on your pictures, and it's cool.
Mm-hmm. All right, we got 4 minutes. Any questions as I chatted? Because I'm long-winded.
Where is the EFT like to send to get if you need to get that?
The EFT is how you set up to get paid. Hey, Erin, did you get paid yet, by the way?
No, but they didn't get back to me again, so I got back to them again.
Yeah.
And then they left me a voicemail the other day saying that I'm supposed to get paid on the 19th.
Perfect. Okay, so the EFT is a good question. Under the Boomerang Coaches, it's been 2 years since I sent mine up, so sorry, I can't answer that like right now. But under the Boomerang Coaches book, in that training, one of the first things it does is teach you how to do your EFT and teach you how to do your W8 Ben, which is the tax thing. And you only have to fill out taxes for a small business if you make over $500 a year. So you don't have to do that if you're just starting out and you're not making a ton of income. You don't have to worry about the tax side of it. Erin, we never did reorder your Shaco either.
Oh, I was going to actually text you about that and ask you if you actually did, because I remember that towards the end of the conversation, I don't think we actually did.
No, I don't think we did. But you could, if you're talking to them or if you want to phone them or chat, like you just have to set up a new HD Shaco.
Yeah, I'll probably just do it through chat one of these days or on the weekend.
Yeah.
Write it on
the simple. So yeah, make sure to get that going again, because right now in my back office it says inactive, and I think that's just because the Shaco isn't set to ship or whatever, but it shouldn't affect any ranks this week, so that'll be okay. The girls and I were just saying next week I might talk ranks. Maybe I'll do half the call on like something new, like easier for Martha and Caitlin. If you guys have any topics, you can message me. You want me to cover like how to use Instagram, things like that. And then maybe half of it with rank advancement, or we can hold 2 calls, one after another too, if that's the case. But we have less than a minute, so I'm going to upload this to the team page. Yes, Martha?
I just want to say something to Carol. When Brittany was doing like Beachbody for almost a year before I joined her, and she talked to me about it a ton, and she was never pushy at all. But when she wanted me to join 80-Day Obsession, I said that I would. And then I got seriously terrified. And I was like, I cannot do an 80-day program with an eating thing. I was so scared. And I was so scared to tell her because she's, whatever. But so finally I just got up the nerve and I said, I'm just going to do 21-day fix because I can commit to 21 days. I cannot commit to 80 days. And then I did the 21-day fix extreme after that. And then I actually started 80-Day Obsession 3 weeks ago. And she was totally cool with it. When I said, I'm not ready to do 80-Day Obsession, she was like, no problem. Like that's fine.
Martha, that's awesome feedback, girl. It's going to cut us off, and I don't want it to just like X-name you. So I appreciate you chirping that in because I think that will help Carol. But it is like shit any second now, gonna just like X-nay us. So I love that. And I love that feedback. You can post it in the coaches page as well and have a conversation under any post to be able to give each other that, you know, this is where I was then and this is where I am now. So that's awesome. And congrats on jumping into the 80 days, Martha. You'll kill it. I know it, especially with the 21-day fix and 21-day fix extreme background. This will be like peanuts for you. So way to go, ladies. I love it. Okay, I'm going to go because it's going to cut us off. Have an amazing Wednesday. It's Tuesday. And thank you for being here. All right. Okay.
Okay, bye.
Bye.